I want to use this video to describe as clearly as possible my life as an attractive man. Any woman watching this can confirm that women are this aggressive towards beautiful men. I've never once in my life asked a woman out. Every woman I've ever been with has initiated first. How is this possible? Most men ask me this question, and the only response I have is, I am physically beautiful. While there is no way to prove this without doxing myself, I will give examples through my life of the things that have happened to me as a hot man. For reference, I am older now, nearing 40, but it is still normal for women to do these things to me. I am 6 feet 0 inches, wide shoulders, narrow waist, high cheekbones, dark-haired, dark-eyed, long legs, and of 75% East Asian heritage. When did I first learn I was hot? 1. In middle school, a girl I didn't even know, who went to my school and may have been in my grade or the one above me, tracked me down through 3 of my friends to ask me, straight up, to contact her on AOL Instant Messenger. When I did, she said she wanted to practice on me. I asked her I wanted more than that, and she agreed. It was that simple. 2. Since I was 12, it was normal for girls to comment on my social media. You are hot. That is how I knew I was hot. It isn't some mystery around attraction. Women will tell you. At this point in my life, I have lost track of the number of times in my life that women have simply asked me to hook up. Due to my conservative upbringing, I avoided a lot of these women and buried it under my psyche. But at this point, I am recognizing how deep this issue goes. 3. In high school, the most beautiful girl in our school, a runner-up Miss City, a large city where I'm from, waited for me every day after class for 2 weeks before I noticed, to ask me out. It was normal for me to walk into class and the girls would slap my rear end as I went to my seat. I would get catcalled from cars by groups of girls who would yell, "You're hot," while I was waiting for the city bus. I had girls turn around in class and ask me verbatim, "Do you want to go home after school and hot you know what?" Yes, that was the exact wording in one case. 3 separate girls asked me to prom. I did not ask anyone. 4. On the first day of college, in fact, the first 30 minutes of orientation, the hottest girl there came up to me and started a conversation before stating she wanted to go out later. I don't like to use the term hot or rating scales because I find most women beautiful and I find men who are picky or like to use demeaning terms about women tend to be incel men who cannot get any, so retaliate with categorization and demeaning ratings of women. As a hot man, I've noticed I've generally been nicer, less judgmental and kinder than my male peers. 5. I've had girls track me down through friends in order to call my landline, which was merely an excuse to take me out and get me drunk, and take me home. 6. I randomly went to an event at school out of boredom, sat there, and within 2 minutes of the event ending, the president, who rose to the presidency due to her looks as these things go, sat down next to me and asked me out, which was an excuse to take me to a bar, buy me drinks, and take me home. 7. I've had, on several occasions, on going out with other couples, had the girl, as soon as her boyfriend got up to use the bathroom, immediately ask me to F her. Many of the girls who asked me out or aggressively pursued me had partners. 8. It's normal for me to look up and see a woman staring and smiling at me, even if she's with her partner. In San Francisco, I once was taking photos with my wife and saw a woman stand on the street corner and smile at me aggressively for 2 minutes. She was, again, far, far above average. Even though I'm old now, nearing 40 3 months ago on a plane, my wife noticed a beautiful woman, who I myself had noticed earlier in the terminal with her husband and child, craning her neck around to stare at me. I told my wife I was used to it and to ignore it. Women aggressively smiling, saying or staring at me is basically normal to me, even if I wear a mask and hat. This may due to having a rare physique or my eyes or something else, But it is basically normal for me to be minding my own business and see a woman gawking or smiling at me. Men will do this too, gay or not. I've had men take sneak photos of me, had gay couples stop and stare, and in some areas I've had straight men stop and watch. 9. I've had professors and TA aggressively flirt with me. I've had an older woman offer to give me a Mercedes S-Class. I moved into an apartment and noticed my upstairs neighbour, a print model, would stand outside in my yard in her lingerie so I could see her. It sounds like a fantasy, but it's not. I should mention now, I was raised Christian and conservative, so it took me a long time to come to terms with a lot of this.